to declare what thus saith the Lord.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
Are you ready for the hottest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout. Sundays on the ZNet Television Network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
At Tonic Williams Darling Highway, I'm Tijaro Hudson. This is ZNS.
The Prime Minister addresses Grand Bahama's brush fires. Also, firefighters battle to contain the spreading blaze. And Old Bahama Bay Resort eviction standoff continues.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, a wave of brush fires igniting alarm across Grand Bahama with thick smoke billowing into the sky and roadways blocked for safety. The latest blaze, which erupted near North Bahama on West Sunrise Highway, follows similar fires days earlier on Midshipman Road and East Sunrise Highway, leaving residents on edge as emergency crews work to contain the flames. The details in tonight's top story. A series of brush fires sent thick plumes of smoke into the sky, sparking concern among Grand Bahama residents. The latest blaze erupted on West Sunrise Highway near North Bahama, just days after similar fires broke out on Midshipman Road and East Sunrise Highway. As flames spread, police blocked off the roadway for safety reasons, preventing several residents from accessing their properties. A line of vehicles could be seen alongside the road as onlookers anxiously awaited updates. Assistant Commissioner of Police Alvaro Dames later confirmed that emergency teams swiftly responded to the fire and gave this update.
Been battling a bushfire in a residential area of the Regency subdivision, which is off West Sunrise Highway. Along with our partners, that fire is contained. There is property damage to one home. Nevertheless, the area is basically safe at this time, and the fire has been contained.
He assures the public that the situation is now under control.
I assure the members of the public that we have the resources that are necessary to tackle these incidents of fire. In the first instance, we have 2 appliances that is actually on the ground in Peel Street, and 2 appliances is on the ground in the Regency Theater, and some of our partners are assisting us, and volunteer fire partners are assisting us with a 3,000-gallon water tanker truck.
For many residents, it was a frightening ordeal.
When we see the fire, everybody coming out because we were so scared. So when we come outside, we see all the back with fire.
Feeling fine, but I'm very afraid.
Inside your house is like loaded with smoke and you can't breathe too good. So you gotta get over there, man.
How long have you been in the bath?
I was in the bath there like, say about 35 to 40 minutes because my car is parked over here and I went to the truck road that wanted down my yard and my house. going really bad.
Meanwhile, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxley, visiting the scene, acknowledging the distress caused by the fires. While it may seem overwhelming, she assures residents that the necessary apparatus is on the island to effectively respond to incidents like this.
As the ACP has indicated, we do have the resources on the ground. There are 2 fire trucks that are in this area. I'm in the Peel Street area now, and there's 2 additional ones that are in the Regency area, and they are constantly monitoring. We also have our partners involved, B&B Galaxy and others that have been assisting. So I know it's overwhelming. When you see the smoke, it seems extreme. But the police, our firefighters, they've been working really hard at it, as well as our partners. And all we can say is continue to be vigilant and to ensure, most importantly, your safety.
Well, children from the Grand Bahama Children's Home have been relocated to the Pelican Bay Resort after that facility and buildings in the immediate vicinity were under threat as brush fires threatened to creep closer to those buildings for a second day. Volunteers were on the scene rendering assistance, but Executive Director of the Grand Bahama Children's Home, Joan Hutchinson, says the last 2 days have been stressful as officials worried about the 21 wards of the home, some who have asthma.
Because with the smoke and the constant fire over the last 2 days, that definitely impacts them. The fire will go down, but definitely then the smoke will come, and it's in different areas of the home and in the village also, because we have Pace that's also here that's been affected by the fire.
Hutchison says the country should be doing better with its resources. As she says, officials are keeping a close eye on the fire.
We did send out in a group chat that, listen, we need manpower to be able to start a line to be able to help. If you have hoses, bring them so that we can wet the area around the perimeter of both places that are right now seeing severe fire. And we've had persons to come and be able to do that. And we've had 2 groups that came and assisted. But, we have to be our neighbor's keeper until we can do better. And so all of us pooling together will make a difference.
Well, that massive brush fire not only impacting residents, but also businesses within the industrial area earlier today. Our Shane Stubbs spoke with one business owner in the area, while the Grand Bahama Port Authority and Cable Bahamas provide updates on services for that area. He joins us live now.
Well, Ramiko, it's been a scary situation all day here on Grand Bahama as wildfire situations threaten not just homes, but businesses within the industrial area. Just over my shoulder is Landstar Construction and Tiles, who came under heavy threat earlier today. Now, we were able to speak with owner Dion Grant, who could only hope and pray and watch as he hoped that his 15-year business stood tall.
Well, the back is supposed to catch on fire, so the fire truck is in the back, then now trying to save the back part, because the back part is shingled in the back. The rest of the roof is metal.
However, he was grateful for the speedy response despite limited resources.
Well, I can see that they're really working, because they came here in the speed and they try out soil zone and they try out all of that back here. So they're doing for the group of men they're doing a pretty fast job, and I'm trying to assist.
Earlier today, the Grand Bahama Power Company's Peel Street plant was under heavy threat due to the massive brush fire. Chief Operating Officer Nikita Mullings shares this update on the situation at hand.
We wish to advise the public that due to the hazards of fires in the area, we have activated our emergency response plan. The team is continuing to monitor and assess the threats of impending fires near our generation plant, along with the air quality impact from the smoke. We will continue to generate electricity for as long as it is safe for our employees at the plant to do so.
Meanwhile, Cable Bahamas alerting residents about impacted services through a press release, which reads in part, due to the evolving situation, some services in the area may be impacted. Please know that we are mobilizing internal resources and working closely with local authorities to provide support where it's needed most. As always, our commitment remains strong to keep you connected and to stand with our communities in times of need. In closing, we will continue to update you as more information is available.
Well, Remiko, we were also able to speak with ACP Alvaro Dames, who said that if residents don't feel safe in certain areas, they can evacuate, but they can rest assured that police officials will patrol the areas throughout the night and keep residents safe. Of course, this is something that we've been tackling all day, and as updates come to us, we will continue to give them to the public. But for now, for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs. Back to you, Remiko.
Great job, Shane. Continue to be safe. Well, the nation's leader making a clear directive that additional resources needed to combat fires on the island of Grand Bahama will be made available, according to a press release. Prime Minister Davis notes that he was briefed along with his cabinet colleagues, including Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, the Minister for Grand Bahama, Honorable Ginger Moxey, and the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, on the recent wildfire developments in Grand Bahama and New Providence. The statement reads, Commissioner of Police Shanta Knowles provided a detailed update on the matter. The Prime Minister wishes to express his appreciation to Minister Moxey, Assistant Commissioner of Police Alvaro Dames, Chief Superintendent Moreno Hines, and Chief Superintendent Kenrick Morris for their steady leadership during this time. Now, during a press conference, the nation's leader also making it clear that he has directed the Ministry of Works to provide the necessary equipment to combat these fires.
We have provided some resources. I know that in our conversation they needed some heavy-duty equipment like backhoes and all that. So the Ministry of Works have been engaged to provide those resources. So if anything else they need, we will be ready to provide it for them. But I'm confident that the resources are available, the manpower is there, the willingness to fight this fire, to ensure that lives are saved and properties are protected.
Also extending his sincere thanks to residents of the affected communities for their cooperation, as well as to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force for their ongoing support and presence on the ground. Switching gears now, an eviction notice was served to Old Bahama Bay Resort's managing company, IVRC, in February of this year, instructing them to vacate the property by March 28th. However, as of today, the president of IVRC remains firm, stating that he will not be leaving the property. Today, our ZNS team visited the resort to speak with both parties. Jolanda Thompson-Everest has more in this report.
Today was the expected day for IVRC to vacate the property at Old Bahama Bay Resort, as LRA OBB issued an eviction notice to the managing company weeks ago. However, President of IVRC, John McDonald, has stated that he will not be leaving the property. The refusal to leave drawing the attention of Lincoln Bain, president of the Coalition of Concerned Citizens, who claims that a number of homeowners reached out to him with concerns about the ongoing situation.
There are homeowners who, from last year, November last year, I was here with them when they served termination letters on IVRC and John McDonald because they didn't want him operating their homes anymore because they feel that their homes were being run down, that it was not being managed properly, and they had some serious concerns that there was supposed to be a profit share agreement and they were not getting their share.
Bain shares that the locks have been changed, and based on recent discussions, IVRC no longer has a lease to remain on the property. However, according to McDonald, they are not going anywhere.
LRA and Kingwood can just come and take it back. But John McDonald from IVRC informed me that he's not moving. Because he feels if he have the license, they're going to have to take him to court to move him. And so that's where the stalemate is happening right now.
The Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith Jr., spoke to the issue in the House of Assembly 2 weeks ago. He is once again reassuring employees that the property will not be closing and no jobs will be lost.
Presently, I'm engaged with relevant stakeholders ensuring that the staff jobs are secured and that they receive what is due to them by their employer.
Now, LRA issued a press statement earlier this month on the matter, noting that their aim was to have a structured transition in place to ensure a seamless continuation of operations and uninterrupted resort experience for guests and property owners. However, now that IVRC is refusing to leave the property, what happens next remains to be seen. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
And still to come.
Jazz Under the Stars set for an unforgettable night. We have that story, sports, and more when we return.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Grand Bahama, this is not just another spring fling. It's Dolly Madison's spring sale. Get 25% off store-wide on March 28th and 29th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. It's spring and the perfect time to spruce things up, from bed and bath to even boating supplies. So come on down on March 28th and 29th for the Dolly Madison spring sale with 25% off store-wide. See you there. Dolly Madison.
Get ready for the Freeport Business Expo Tourism Edition 2, happening May 1st and 2nd. Network, explore, and grow with top industry leaders. Register today at freeportbusinessexpo.com. This Friday and Saturday only, it's a savings event at Do It Center. Get 20% off store-wide, 30% off Valspar paint, and 70% off selected lighting March 28th and 29th. Do It Center, located at number 43 Freeport Industrial Park. This Friday and Saturday only, it's a savings event at Do It Center. Get 20% off store-wide, 30% off Valspar paint, and 70% off selected lighting March 28th and 29th. Do It Center, located at number 43 Freeport Industrial Park. Spring into savings and take advantage of Majestic Retail's Yellow Tide sale. Save up to 20% on smart TVs, tablets, Fire Sticks, mini split AC units, pedestal fans, and so much more. They're located in the bonded area. Call them at 351-3936. A deal is guaranteed at Majestic Retails.
Hair Depot is back. Now located at the LMR Mini Mall. Welcome to Hair Depot Plus, where health, beauty, and convenience connect. Get your Remy Brazilian drawstring ponytail, plus all your favorite lotion, ointment, oil, cream, and a wide range of organic and natural health products, herbal leaves, and tea. All at Hair Depot Plus. From wallets and watches to lawnmowers, weed whackers, chainsaws, cleaning products, luggage to toys, school supplies, hair essentials galore, and more. From 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Head to the all-new Hair Depot Plus in the LMR Mini Mall.
It's springtime, and Grand Bahama Tiles is having its biggest spring clearance sale ever. With 20 to 60% off store-wide, there's savings for everybody on everything. They have large stock items on wood look, porcelains, and natural stones. And all clearance stock must go. So, what are you waiting for? Hurry in and catch the spring clearance sale now. Call them at 352-7920. Some restrictions apply.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. The Grand Bahama Alumni Chapter of Delta Theta Sigma Sorority Incorporated is having their 3rd annual Jazz Night Under the Stars, and they are inviting the public to come out and attend. The musical entertainment will be held at the Port Lakaya Marketplace Square tomorrow, March 29th at 5:30 p.m. President Renita Harris says the local talent will be in the building, as well as international guests coming all the way from Houston, Texas.
We provide entertainment free of charge, so please come out to Port Lakaya Marketplace tomorrow, and you and your family can sit down and enjoy all of the musicians and performers that will be there.
Father and son duo Gregory Daniels Sr. and Jr. came from Houston, Texas to put on a spectacular performance with their saxophones and is looking forward to put on a great show.
It's going to be an outstanding father-son show that will be totally unforgettable for the people in the Bahamas.
I feel pretty good about performing tomorrow night because I'm glad I get to give people the feeling of comfort and just, you know, enhance their night, and for them to be able to just sit and listen while they eat or drink.
Well, in recognition of the 51st independence of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Oracle Media Consultants will be honoring 51 long-serving pastors throughout the country on Sunday, March 30th in New Providence at the Miles Monroe Diplomat Center on Carmichael Road. 4 pastors from Grand Bahama, including Pastor Eddie Victor from Living Water Assembly, Bahamas, and Pastor Hartley Thompson, who has been in ministry for 55 years, are among the honorees.
Pastor, you're doing work not to be seen. You only want to please our Lord, and you want to hear one day, good and faithful servant, enter into the joy of the Lord. But I realize as a pastor, in my ministry and the ministry that God has given both me and my wife, that we intensely wanted to see people won to the Lord and to come into the kingdom of God.
To God be all the glory, because He was the one who directed our steps and guided our movements and brought everything to reality. Of course, we have been aided by dedicated Christians along the way, but yes, it's been the Lord's doing.
Apostle Brian Darius and his wife, Pastor Jasmine Darius from Kingdom Harvest Global Ministries, along with Bishop Godfrey R. Williams from Jubilee Cathedral, are also honorees of the First Time event.
I've always been a behind-the-scene person, someone that, I believe that God have, assigned me to dealing with the hard folks. And so ministry for me, been, reaching the less fortunate, reaching the downtrodden, reaching the alcoholics, and trying to rehabilitate them, helping them to find purpose, helping them to understand their assignment in life. And so it been a lot of behind the stuff, behind the scene successes.
One of the things that's so important about pastoring is that you are relevant to the community, like Pastor Eddie said, being able to touch the community in different ways, whether it's through handling widows or visiting the old folks' home or distributing groceries. And this is outside the 4 walls. It just encompasses so much. And to be among the first of this national honors, it's amazing.
Lots of look at stories making news. Shane Stubbs has our check on sports, but first, a check on the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Cause it's so beautiful.
The second annual Turks and Caicos. Come go with me. Musical and Jazz Festival, June 5th through 9th. Book your airline tickets now with BritishAirways.com, BahamasAir.com, or InterCaribbean.com.
It's the second annual Turks and Caicos Come Go With Me Musical and Jazz Festival, June 5th through 9th. Book your hotel now at Ports of Call Resort, Turks and Caicos. Daily breakfast included. Short distance from the event. Email now. Reservations at portsofcallresort.com using discount code CONCERT15.
Island Manor Farm Store presents the Farmers Market and Training event this Saturday, March 29th from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at number 3 Bellevue Lane. Fresh produce, artisan goods, and free training on hydroponics, raised beds, and more. Don't miss it.
Bet on yourself and gamble responsibly. This message is brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas.
It's springtime, and Grand Bahama Tiles is having its biggest spring clearance sale ever. With 20 to 60% off store-wide, there's savings for everybody on everything. They have large stock items on wood look, porcelains, and natural stones. And all clearance stock must go. So, what are you waiting for? Hurry in and catch the spring clearance sale now. Call them at 352-7920. Some restrictions apply.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to your evening sports update. The Honorable Mario Bowleg officially opened the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture's second annual Best of the Best tournament, urging the players to be their brother's keeper, which could lead them to victory.
Good luck to you, and thanks to you coaches for your dedication and commitment to the development of our young men in the country. I also want to say thanks to Island Cares, Coca-Cola, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and all other sponsors who have made this event possible. Play the best team win, and at the end of the day, you will be considered the best of the best.
The Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, also in attendance.
I extend a special thank you to the Honorable Mario Bowleg for his unwavering support and commitment to the development of athletics in Grand Bahama and throughout the Bahamas.
From there, it was time for action. In the Battle of the Eagles, Agape Christian got the upper hand over Gateway Christian 44-37. Derek Williams and Kanan Dean put up 11 points each. Gilbert Roll III had 9 for Gateway. The C.I. Gibson Rattlers stifled the St. George's Jaguars 43-24. Tayshawn Butler led the Rattlers with 11 points. Isaiah Roker totaled 9 for the Jags. The Sunland Stingers blitzed Blazer Elite Academy 51-30. Brian Cecilian had a game-high 17 for the Stingers, while Isaac Mizik led Blazer Elite with 10. The C.C. Sweeting Coopers outlasted Westminster College 41-39. Andrew Bethel put up a team-high 16 points for the Cobras, while Omar Pierre had a game-high 20 points in the loss. And the R.M. Beatty Pacers ousted the Jaguars 33-31. Lawrence Monestein led the Pacers with 9 points. Next in sports, Grand Bahama flag football action continues this Sunday at 1:30 at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. In men's action, the Abaco Titans will take on the Coca-Cola Knights. The Lady Oilers will go head-to-head with the Overtime Lounge Lady Elites. Oiler Nation takes on Sky's the Limit Rock Boys. And the 14K Bar Lounge Tigers will take on the Barcode Tritons. And lastly in sports, the Grand Bahama Soccer Club will host its Kickstart Whole Wellness International Women's Day post-celebration March 29th at the YMCA starting at 2 to 4 p.m. And that's your check on sports, ladies and gents. Your Facebook friend of the day is up next.
Please game responsibly. Don't take your paycheck every week, cash it, and head to the number house. Don't sit on the computer and spin for hours while life passes you by. Before you know it, you'll be down to your last $20. Your family depends on that money. Your family depends on you. Problem gambling destroys lives and families. This message is brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas, reminding you to gamble responsibly.
What is Business Fit? Business Fit is a group health insurance package offered by BAF Financial. What are some of the benefits of Business Fit? No deductible, dental and vision care, hospital room and board, surgical treatment, labs, medication and drugs, maternity, doctors, clinics, specialist visits, chemotherapy and radiation treatment, air and ground ambulance, and preventative care. Business Fit, offered by BAF Financial.
Attention all foodies, farmers, and fun seekers. The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources is bringing you the biggest agribusiness expo this year. That's right, from April 4th to 6th on the Gladstone Road Farmers Market grounds. It will be packed with exciting exhibits expert workshops, farm animals for the kids, and even interactive games. Whether you're passionate about agriculture, marine life, or just love great food and family fun, this event is for you. See you there.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Miko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight, coming your way next.
News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the fate of hundreds of workers in limbo as an all-inclusive resort considers a sale. Tune in for the details. Also, a local lender is seeking to make it easier for more to attain home ownership. And triumph over tragedy. Keys to 12 homes in hurricane-ravaged areas of Marsh Harbor, Abaco. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. Operators of the all-inclusive Sandals Resorts International could be restarting efforts to sell. Reports are that a sales deal could be to the tune of between $6 and $7 billion. The renewed sales push coming a few years after the death of its founder, Gordon Butch Stewart, back in 2021. Butch's son, Adam Stewart, now serves as executive chairman. Sandals is reportedly the largest employer in the Caribbean, with some 20,000 workers across its luxury properties here in the Bahamas, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Grenada, Barbados, Antigua, Curacao, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. The Jamaican-based company markets luxury couples-only vacations. The potential sale comes less than a year after Sandals Emerald Bay in Exuma temporarily closed its doors to facilitate the multi-million-dollar redevelopment transformation to Beaches Exuma. The temporary closure impacted some 400 workers at that Family Island property. Well, in more upbeat news, as more Bahamians begin the process of going after home ownership, they're encountering barriers that turn their dreams into nightmares. And for many more, a dream deferred. But tonight, Corval Python reports on how one lending institution is on a mission to see to it that more people are turning keys.
Uncertain economic times have made for many long-held dreams of home ownership feel less likely to happen. More people appear to be pushing the can down the road when it comes to starting the home acquisition process, but Bank of the Bahamas mortgage specialist Edward Strawn says this doesn't have to be the case.
You have to start at the beginning, which is come in, get an understanding of where you are. Sometimes you think you know where you are, but you're actually lost, and I call it an abyss.
The Bank of the Bahamas recently held a mortgage fair aimed at getting would-be homeowners started on their journey. The response, Strawn says, was overwhelming, attracting over 800 potential clients. It was also illuminating, he adds, because many people are still without any savings.
Central bank statistics speaks to the fact that most persons, the majority of the nation, have less than $3,000 on a savings account. So if you have less than $3,000 on a savings account, trying to find 5 or 10 or even 20,000 for a down payment in a lot of instances is a challenge.
But Strawn assures there's still a way to reaching that dream.
It is attainable. You just need a roadmap. You need a roadmap to that end. You set a goal, we'll give you directives. And the ask is simple. If you could at least listen to our advice, listen to the advice of the professionals who are in the industry every day.
Mr. Strong here at the Bank of the Bahamas' Mortgage Center does not skirt around the fact that for many it is becoming increasingly difficult to acquire mortgages. But he says the best way to get it done is to first get started. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pfeiffer.
Over in Abaco, another group of proud homeowners who are swinging open doors in Spring City and Central Pines. Our Devontae Hanna and cameraman Victor Adderley are on the ground.
Well, we're in Central Pines, Abaco, where the Davis administration handed over the keys to 12 lucky residents here on the island, 6 of which are here in Central Pines, 6 other homes, 4 of them rent-to-own, a part of the rent-to-own initiative in Spring City, Abaco. Now, of course, this all ties into the Davis administration's plan to provide access to more affordable housing for Bahamans across the length and breadth of this country, and it adds to the total of over 100 homes that have been built in the capital, with more expected to pop up in the Family Islands. In fact, the Minister of State with responsibility for housing and urban renewal, the Honorable Lisa Raming, today mentioned that there are 18 new homes that will be built in San Salvador, and she says in the coming weeks we can expect an update on that, and those residents should be in their homes before the end of the year. Now, this area that you see here behind me is one that was adversely affected by massive storm Hurricane Dorian, so as you can imagine, the residents here had to, in most cases, completely rebuild their homes. We got a chance to speak to one lucky resident. He said that he's elated and he's so happy to see that Abaco is now on the bounce back after that monster storm. So for right now, we're going to continue to get some more information as it relates to these homes behind us and for the future as it relates to housing in the country. From Central Pines, Abaco, I'm going to send it back to you in studio.
Well, thanks, Devontae. Meantime, after a challenging stint marked by serious allegations, trial, and a subsequent acquittal, North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish is making his intentions known of seeking re-election. The Progressive Liberal Party standard bearer has represented the Family Island constituency now since 2021 as part of a landslide victory over the Free National Movement.
I will. I'm sure my hand in the race. I'm an Abaconian. I live with my people. I know their needs, concerns. I don't give false hope. I don't pretend. I don't promise for things that I cannot fulfill. I'm of good character. My people and I have that relationship. So, yeah, I will offer myself again.
Well, there's a new judge on the bench of the Supreme Court, and after spending a few weeks in rotation, his analysis, a scathing review of the court system in the Bahamas. He left no holes barred when he dealt with the case of a former high-ranking police officer today, vowing that he will not allow long, drawn-out delays to obstruct the wheels of justice. Our Felicity Darville takes the story from here.
Newly appointed Supreme Court Justice Dale Fitzpatrick said the delay in cases in the Bahamian jurisdiction makes him anxious. It is profound, he said, and it could crush our court system. It's a speech he has repeatedly given when his court is in session, warning prosecutors and defense attorneys to have their ducks in a row because matters in his court will be proceeding in a timely manner. He was hearing the case of former Police Chief Superintendent Michael Johnson, Sergeant D'Angelo Roll, and Attorney Bjorn Ferguson. The 3 are facing charges stemming from the police investigation into the armored car heist of nearly $1.5 million from ICS Security at Odyssey Airport in November 2023. Prosecutors allege that Johnson and Ferguson conspired to commit bribery and acted as accessories to help Michael Fox Jr. evade prosecution for conspiracy to commit the heist. Johnson is also accused of stealing $90,000 of that money from the security officer involved, Akil Holmes. And prosecutors also allege that Roll gave Johnson the money. Justice Fitzpatrick said he will be giving this case priority as these men are professionals and their reputation hangs in the balance. On August 8th, he will call on prosecutors to give an update on their evidence in a mention hearing. The evidence includes information garnered from the FBI, voice recognition reports on contents of 5 voice notes currently under scrutiny in the United Kingdom, material from 4 drones, 3 iPads, 2 laptops, Ring surveillance camera, and 9 cell phones, including those belonging to Fox, who is now deceased. Defense attorneys in court included Damian Gomez, Krista Mason, Jason Smith and Ty Pindermacki. Gomez indicating that the defense will have their own experts scrutinizing this evidence. Prosecutor Erica Ingram said based on the weight of the evidence, it may take a while to be prepared, but Justice Fitzpatrick said, we won't be doing a trial in 2027 or 2028. He recalled that attorney Mario DeSille referred to a case in Canada relating to long wait times. He said he's actually from the jurisdiction of that cited case. He knows about court delays, but says the situation here in the Bahamas is worse. With that, Justice Fitzpatrick set the pretrial date for January 30th, 2026, and the trial date for March 23rd, 2026. The trial is expected to run for 1 month. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Oh, we can also tell you tonight that the man accused of the recent murder at the Bahamas Department of Corrections arraigned in court today. 36-year-old Diallo Williamson appeared before Senior Magistrate Cara Turnquoise DeVoe, who informed him he will be charged with murder and attempted murder. Prosecutors allege that on Saturday, February 1st, he intentionally and unlawfully caused the death of Brody Fritz while in prison. On the same day, it is alleged he attempted to murder Nicanor Moss. He was not required to enter a plea. Williamson's case will be sent to the Supreme Court via voluntary bill of indictment on June 17th, 2025. Also appearing in court is 16-year-old accused of the shooting death of a 24-year-old Triano Cummings. That incident occurring on Saturday, March 1st on Australia Avenue, Elizabeth Estates. The victim was found dead with gunshot wounds about his lower body. The teenager's case will be sent to the Supreme Court, where he will be formally arraigned on July 30th. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Attention all foodies, farmers, and fun seekers. The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources is bringing you the biggest agribusiness expo this year. That's right, from April 4th to 6th on the Gladstone Road Farmers Market grounds. It will be packed with exciting exhibits, expert workshops, farm animals for the kids, and even interactive games. Whether you're passionate about agriculture, marine life, or just love great food and family fun, this event is for you. See you there.
Get ready for the biggest night in Bahamian entertainment. The 6th Annual Elevation Awards is back. Bigger, bolder, and unforgettable. Join your host, Sawyer Boy, April 5th at 6 p.m. at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium for an electrifying night of live performances from Nishi LS, Iron Store, Johnny Cake, Wendy 242, Iman, Jay Shepard, and more. Tickets just $100. Get yours now at theelevationawards.com. That's the 6th Annual Elevation Awards, live on ZS TV 13, April 5th at 6 p.m. Elevate the culture. Celebrate the stars.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Well, you're looking at a shot there of Coral Harbor fire. And speaking of fire, tonight, fire emergency responders are monitoring that brush fire that started early yesterday in bushes off Western Carmichael near the Coral Harbor roundabout. The fire, which gained strength quickly, engulfed more than a quarter-of-a-mile stretch of forest area and posed a threat to nearby residences with blanketing smoke, also creating a hazard for drivers. The fire has been extinguished, but officials are still trying to smother smoke, which continues to emanate from the site. Fire services officers doused a large swath of the land today with water to keep a lid on the situation. Forestry and wildlife officials were also at the site assessing what impact the blaze has had. The cause of the fire is still unknown. However, officials told our news team these kinds of fires are not unusual for this time of year. They do caution again, though, that setting outdoor fires, burning garbage, and disposing of cigarettes and other flammable substances. Well, meantime, thick plumes of smoke blocking roadways over in Grand Bahama, whose latest blaze erupted near North Bahama on West Sunrise Highway, leaving residents on edge as emergency crews work feverishly to out the flames.
A series of brush fires sent thick plumes of smoke into the sky, sparking concern among Grand Bahama residents. The latest blaze erupted on West Sunrise Highway near North Bahama, just days after similar fires broke out on Midshipman Road and East Sunrise Highway. As flames spread, police blocked off the roadway for safety reasons, preventing several residents from accessing their properties. A line of vehicles could be seen alongside the road as onlookers anxiously awaited updates. Assistant Commissioner of Police Alvaro Dames later confirmed that emergency teams swiftly responded to the fire and gave this update.
Been battling a bushfire in a residential area of the Regency subdivision, which is off West Sunrise Highway. Along with our partners, that fire is contained. There is property damage to one home. Nevertheless, the area is basically safe at this time, and the fire has been contained.
For many residents, it was a frightening ordeal.
When we see the fire, everybody coming out because we were so scared. So when we come outside, we see all the back with fire. Feeling fine, but I'm very afraid.
Meanwhile, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, visiting the scene, acknowledging the distress caused by the fires. While it may seem overwhelming, she assures residents that the necessary apparatus is on the island to effectively respond to incidents like this.
There are two fire trucks that are in this area. I'm in the Peel Street area now, and there's two additional ones that are in the Regency area, and they are constantly monitoring. We also have our partners involved, B&B Galaxy and others that have been assisting. So I know it's overwhelming. When you see the smoke, it seems extreme. But the police, our firefighters, they've been working really hard at it, as well as our partners. And all we can say is continue to be vigilant.
All that you were hearing from that report from our Northern Services, Rumiko Knowles. That raging brush fire sweeping across large portions of Grand Bahama, sparking a pledge from Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, meantime, for more resources and urgent support to assist firefighting teams. In fact, the Prime Minister says the government's fully committed to containing the blaze and protecting affected communities. In other news this evening,
provided some resources. I know that in our conversation they needed some heavy-duty equipment like backhoes and all of that. So the Ministry of Works have been engaged to provide those resources. So if anything else they need, we will be ready to provide it for them. But I'm confident that the resources are available, the manpower is there, the willingness to fight this fire, to ensure that lives are saved and properties are protected.
In other news this evening, the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union has a new president, Tyrone Butler, unseated incumbent Wesley Ferguson in elections on Thursday, winning 10 of 12 executive positions. Butler's team, United, lost only the Secretary General and one trustee position. He defeated Ferguson by 31 votes, 169 to 138. Now, just under 400 taxi cab drivers were eligible to vote in an election overseen by the Department Department of Labor. This election called after it was determined that one of Ferguson's trustees was declared negligible to run back in September. Well, standing room only at St. Agnes Church this morning as scores of family, friends, students and supporters gathered to say farewell to veteran educator Maclinda Bowe. Among them, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis, who encouraged Bahamians to take a page out of the book of a woman who gave her all to God, family and country. Felicity Darville shares a story.
A loving wife, mother, teacher, and friend, Maclinda Bowe touched the lives of many, not only in the Bahamas, but also in the United States, where she lived for a time with her husband, Athama Bowe, and children. Her Bahamian pride blossomed as she welcomed many to her home, including music greats like Ronnie Butler, Dr. Off, Count Bernardino, and her cousin, Tony McKay. When they returned to the Bahamas, she also dedicated her life to her church, St. Agnes. And there, the day before their 55th wedding anniversary and her 74th birthday, he poured out his heart with a farewell song.
Don't you know that you're my hero? You're everything I'd like to be. I would fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wing.
Tributes came from Prime Minister Philip E. Davis.
She was a proud public school teacher, having taught at Woodcock Primary, S.C. McPherson, and A.F. Ardley Secondary Schools. During her tenure in this noble profession, she educated several generations of Bahamians and prepared a number of our national leaders in any number of areas of national life. To this day, her students reminisce about the breakfast and lunch program that she ran at her own personal cost.
As well as her beloved Saxon superstars. Mistress Bowe lived a full life, and she left a legacy of kindness and a heart full of love for all who knew her. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
The National Report continues after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
I told you Wendy's has a new burger with a flavor so secret, it's almost too delicious to handle. Well, now it's time to unlock that flavor. Try the new sweet and smoky barbecue cheeseburger. We can't tell you everything, but we can tell you that it's packed with flavor, including our secret barbecue sauce. Try the new sweet and smoky barbecue cheeseburger today. Available for a limited time.
What's beautiful about Harbor Island is in 2019, a group of community leaders came together and they said, one of the challenges was human resources. And we said we wanted to be able to fill that gap and address that need. And so since 2019, you will see that we launched the Harbor Island Trade School and we've run 10 cohorts in Harbor Island. We've been able to train 225 students to date with an investment from the Harbor Island community of $620,000.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
When anger and bitterness is harnessed into pure positivity, a dancehall legend opens up about his journey post-prison, combining what he does best with what he loves most to bring out the best vibes on faith, forgiveness, and redemption. Listen in. His lyrics as catchy as they come, full of energy, pushing boundaries. His name synonymous with the rhythm of dancehall music. But behind the dark shades, the tattoos, the braids, and wrist full of gold, Adidja Palmer, a.k.a. Vibes Cartel, or World Boss as he's also known, is a man who, despite his fame, has never forgotten the love and the togetherness of humble beginnings just outside Kingston, Jamaica.
My upbringing shaped who I became immensely. The first thing is the work ethic of Vibes Cartel. I learned that from my dad because he has always been a hardworking man. He worked Sunday to Sunday. Like, even when I became famous, even when I could afford for him not to work, he still works. He's that type of man. So I think I got the work ethic from my dad and certain discipline as it relates to music. Yeah, and my mom, she has always been spiritual. So I guess I got that side from her. She always told me, never give up, believe in yourself, do what you want to do, and do it big.
Vibes, who's in town for a 3-day bashment here in the capital, says while he always wanted to be a singer, believe it or not, he was terrible at it, pushing him further into writing. And that's even behind bars for more than a decade. His subsequent freedom, a second chance he doesn't take lightly.
My mindset is different. I'm all about showing love, showing positivity, telling the youths that, bro, you're valuable. You don't have to be rich. You're valuable. You are a person. You are loved. You know what I mean? God loves you. Focus. Stay out of trouble. Like, that's my mantra right now.
That ability to speak power is what in turn powers him.
If I can help one person, that's good, because that one person can change the lives of many people.
Influenced by legends, Vibes is without a doubt now a legend himself. LaDonna Marlena joins us live for a sneak peek of Access Now.
Well, because look, we don't have Vibes Cartel for Entertainment Friday, but remember the guy who had the rent-a-boyfriend prank? Well, he's here in studio and he has a gospel song just for you this Lent. I think Marlena knows him, right? You know, yes, she knows him.
Sounds good. Stay with us. Our major story is up next.
Diet-friendly special.
Do you ever just want more?
But wait, there's Marco's! Introducing the More Marco's menu, packed with your favorites starting at just $6. Like our warm, golden baked cheesy bread, crispy stuffed risotto. How about a hot, fresh, medium one-topping pizza, subs, calzones, pizza bowls, and more. Starting at just $6. Certain restrictions apply. More variety, more value, more Marco's. Order today at Marco's Pizza, Bahamas.
Have you ever dreamed of gifting a loved one their own piece of paradise? Now, with Debco's groundbreaking gift initiative, you can turn that very dream into reality. GIFT, which stands for Generational Investment, Friends and Family Trust, is a simple yet powerful way to make property ownership more accessible. Contribute to the 10% down payment in person or team up with friends and family to make it even easier. You can even pay online via direct bank transfer, then submit the required form with just a few taps. The person you gift then enters a manageable 7-year payment plan, or they can pay in full anytime. Imagine the joy of giving the gift of ownership, a piece of the Bahamas, a piece of paradise, right at your fingertips. Now, you can gift for a birthday, a wedding, graduation, Christmas, or simply just because. With Debco's Gift Initiative, you're not just giving a gift, you're gifting a bright future. Debco, where opportunities embrace and gift ownership. Visit gbdebco.com to learn more.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
All foodies, farmers, and fun seekers. The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources is bringing you the biggest agribusiness expo this year. That's right, from April 4th to 6th on the Gladstone Road Farmers Market grounds,